Hey everybody, had a PCP movie night tonight. Unfortunately, the news broke this weekend. Roddy Piper passed away. A big idol of mine as a child. So tonight, me and the gang, we got together in tribute and we watched the John Carpenter classic from 1988, They Live. So we got the gang here. Pop culture philosophers. We got Jelani Bullard.
How's it going?
We got John Hammer Time Holshoe. And we got the accursed J.E., Jesse Jewell. Alright guys, so we watched They Live. Real quick, John, you haven't seen this movie in like 10 years. You only ever watched it once. So this is almost like a new experience.
Oh yeah, I remember most of it.
What did you think?
I enjoyed it. It's a bit slow. That fight scene is definitely really long. I like the actual story, like the moral. I don't know, whatever what they're trying to convey. I enjoy, but I don't know. It's definitely, it feels for a film that was from like what, late 80s.
Yeah, 88.
It feels like a film from the 70s. Maybe it was the budget or the way they filmed it, or the fact that the movie is an hour and a half, but it feels like 4 hours. Roddy Piper is awesome in it, and I remember as a kid going back, that seeing them freaked me out.
What about you, J.E.?
What was the question again?
You're a big fan of They Live. What did you think about it on the rewatch?
Well, considering I've watched it a bunch of times over the years, but actually trying to keep a objective mind on it this time, especially with the beginning where they're bulldozing the whole church. They're torching it's kind of a metaphor, almost like the man keeping somebody down.
Oh yeah.
And it's like getting rid of our crime, our filth, even if it is, the conspiracy for the aliens. And it's a very relevant message, and it still holds true to today, and it's still a great movie overall. Especially, of course, everybody's gonna mention the fight.
I mean, the fight is really, really good. It's really funny. And I think that tonight during the rewatch, the best part, like the part where we became the most live, was during the fight. Like, we got really hyped during that fight. But you're right, J.E. The message that it conveys is really, really strong. Whether it's about commercial television and media and magazines kind of controlling us and lulling us into a sleep, or if it's like we were talking about, that's kind of like a thinly veiled thing about the 1% and how they treat the rest, So the movie's got a lot of cool stuff in it. The monsters are super creepy. Oh, yeah. I'm talking about that company that sells the masks.
Yeah, it was on a catalog I saw, and it was the male and the female. I think it was the news anchors, and it's just the blue skin. And then you got the gills almost of a fish, of the red, and the teeth, and then there's those golden, shiny eyeballs, dead eyes that just stare back at you because there's no skin.
When I was a kid, it was creepy.
It's still creepy.
It was creepy.
Yeah, it still is creepy. It still is creepy.
Jelani, what'd you think about the rewatch of They Live?
It's and it does kind of hold true. It's a very scary film for me because I still remember how scary those monsters were. Like that face. It really bothered me still. Roddy Piper, it holds up. I mean, he's a big, strong guy.
Joe everybody.
Yeah.
What's the name of the co-star? Keith something?
It was Keith David, the guy that was
David.
in. And we can only remember him from There's Something About Mary. He was the dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, great voice. That man, he's awesome. But the fight changes everything. I mean, they skinned the back of his head. Whoever got makeup.
Yeah, they were like, we got to put the skinning on the back of his head.
Yeah, we have to figure out some way to give an award to the people who did makeup for that movie. That was amazing. Everything about it was crisp for me. I mean, some people were talking through it. I'm not going to say who it was. But
I just want to say that's really fucking funny that Jelani is calling me out on talking during a movie. Anybody that's ever watched a movie with Jelani knows what I'm talking about.
You know what? Why do you have to bring that up?
Because you brought it up. You brought it up. You were the past bringer. You brought it up.
Ladies, untwad your pants.
Anyway, I'm kind of with John. It's a little slow pace. I do enjoy the movie. It's a nostalgia factor. I really liked it. Piper is awesome. Real quick, let's get on that. Man, I spent so many nights as a child idolizing and mimicking Roddy Piper, the Piper's Pit. He made me think that bagpipes and kilts were cool. Oh my goodness, and his name started with an R. And I loved R.O. starting names. So, real quick, in tribute, we did this for Rowdy Roddy Piper. So,
Rob Thomas.
you know, I do like Rob Thomas. Our thoughts are out with his family, his friends, and of course his fans. So, real quick, some memories. Rowdy Roddy Piper.
The kilts. That is always, every time I see a kilt other than Scotland, I think Piper. With his bagpipes in the ring, even as a kid thinking, what the fuck is going on here?
He was badass. Absolutely. John?
I barely remember. I hate to be a dick. I watched wrestling back in the day, so I'm familiar with them. I remember the bagpipes. I remember being a badass. But when we went on, I kind of lost interest in wrestling. But I mean, it's still lost.
The ultimate,
like a lot of people were hit by this. So
the ultimate
young too. I think
wrestling
61.
Yeah.
61.
Piper's Corner.
In this day and age, is young.
It's Piper's Pit.
Piper's Pit, dude.
Real deal.
Jelani,
Yeah.
you
Roddy
are
Piper,
a big
man,
wrestling
huge
fan.
wrestling fan, man. And Roddy Piper, like with Hogan, which is redacted now, with Mr. T fighting him and Orndorff in the first WrestleMania. I mean, it stands true. The man was a talker. He was a wrestler. He was
a
real
shit
guy,
talker
man.
too.
He talked real
years
shit,
before
though.
The Rock.
Way before it. And Piper's Pit was the most venomous show on the wrestling channels, and you feel his anger because he projected so much out, and I feel that his death along with Dusty Rhodes already, and it's too much for wrestling right now, and I feel terrible that this happened. Like I said, our thoughts go out to the families, and I hope everything works out in the future, but I miss the kilts, I miss the bagpipes, I miss Hot Rod, I miss the real 80s feeling to it. I mean, he's a classic heel, and we lost a good heel.
We did. One of the best anti-heroes in wrestling.
Right. Wrestling has not felt like 80s since the 80s. I agree with him.
All right, well, we had a good time tonight. Thanks for checking out the video, PCP Movie Night. You know we love doing these. Even if you don't watch them or like them, we're going to keep making them. If you like the video, if you like what we do, crush that like button. Really helps us out. Anyway, PCP Movie Night. We got Stuck in the 90s coming out in like days. Good podcast, good show. These two are on it. J.E. will be on one soon. And we're having fun. Roddy Piper.
That's right. Love guys.
Dig.